Okay, so we're over in the fab shop, and the cabinet maker is going to do a little bit of welding. How bad could that possibly be? So I've noticed here that we do have a little bit of cupping in the plywood, which is pretty consistent with the crap plywood we get these days. So I'm going to clamp down gently on one end, and then put the angle iron here and then tack it, and then move the bed and reclamp it at that end. So the plywood's not artificially lifting up our angle iron and creating a worse sled problem. I better clean this stuff up. Safety goggles. All right. Need to have that relatively clean so the weld sticks, so I'm told. Right, so I think I want to get a spacer in there just a little bit to give us even a couple of thou clearance from the underside of this to the metal edge that it's going to ride on, just so there's no binding. I'll get a spacer. Okay, so we got some shim stock in there now, and we're looking pretty good to go ahead and tack this rail in place. I've got my welding tooth on. I just need my welding helmet. And what else? Alright, the plan is just to tack one end and then move the clamp down to take any bow out of the plywood. Alright. Reposition the clamp. Okay. Gently tacked on there. Get that out of there. Yep. I'll do exactly what I want it to do. All right, let's get this side done. Okay, so they're all tacked together, so what I'm going to do now is take it all apart, weld these rail systems up properly, and then reinstall them back on the decking pieces, and put the cross brace in underneath, and then it's ready to install in the truck. Okay, so we've gotten the rails all welded up and temporarily reattached again, so the unit's been flipped over. And I've prepared this piece of 1/4 inch by 2 inch flat bar. And I hope I install this in the right direction, because the factory bolt holes are about 1/8 of an inch out from one side to the other. So with any luck, I'll get this right, because I'm working upside down. All right, hooked up, tack it into place. Oh yeah, did it again. Jesus. That's good for the plywood. All right. Pop the screws off, slide it forward, finish welding it up. Where the hell did I leave the gun? Ah. To the point, I can start hiding my own Easter eggs soon. Stay. Okay. Stop it. Whoops. Oh boy, hang on a sec. Just a second there, dummy. Okay. Better check that this thing stayed square when I move it forward. There's all my crap. Uh-huh. $77 and $15.60. Whoa, 77 and a quarter. Ha, good thing I checked. $9.60. And 9/16. Now it's perfect. That would have been a cock up. almost never happens. Listen to you. Oh, make sure your ground is clamped properly. Nitwit. Stay. Oh, isn't that nice, mess? I'm fussy about square. Come on. Yep. Done. Okay, let that cool off, and then I will disassemble it yet again. Paint her up. Put it in the truck. All right, let's go check on Brad and see how he's making out. Yep, you're on nitwit camera. Oh, there we are. Brad's just finishing up the last little bits and pieces for the pullout.
This bit's toast.
I'll just tune it up on the grinder. It's like what happened that I have that on film. Okay, so here we go. It's finally installed. So Brad's going to pull out the bolts, lock it in position. And by the magic of workmanship, it comes out. Does it go in? It goes in. There we have it. So, pull it out there, Brad. You can see all the little bearings that we put in on the CNC, and they're doing their job quite nicely. And our metal track system is working. Let's see if I can focus. Focus. Yep. So you can see where it rides. So there's our bottom sheet, and we've built the angle iron, welded it, and it traps the top of this piece here. Get my fingers in the picture, that piece right there. So that's what it rides on. And we have these little plastic inserts in the backside just to stop any side-to-side movement when it's rattling down the road. So the only wet left to do on this is put some rubberized paint on it, on the plywood, to protect it and give it some, I don't know, some griptivity, I suppose. Non-skid type surface. Whilst we were finishing this up, though, we came up with the idea that I think we can do a better job of this pullout, and so I'm currently working on a new design that's going to improve this system, make it better, faster, stronger, so that we can actually pull more of it out of the truck and have it even more stable. But that will be a different video. But for now, we're going to carry on with this so we can get the kitchen figured out and installed and just make sure the concepts all work. So there it is, for better or for worse. Slide her back in there, Bentley. Put the bolts in the hole, and that phase of the project is more or less done. So we'll see you on the next one as we move on to the kitchen.